مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
School has come. Yes, great. Hello, everybody. It's me, Mr. Osama Abdul Rauf, introducing the first educational video for grade 12. I hope our school, Al-Andalus, is your realistic and honest window on the world. Actually, Unit 1's title is Window on the World, and the first lesson deals with one of the most important skills, reading. As it is the first lesson for this year, and because reading is very important, this lesson is divided into two parts. In the first part, we're gonna do exercises A, B, and C on your student books, page 8 and 9. And in the end, you'll have to do your homework. It will be exercise A on your workbooks, page 6. Let's start our lesson by having a look at the objectives of today's lesson. At the end of this period, or this video, my students should be able to, number 1, correctly choose the suitable title of a reading text. Number 2, skim and scan a reading text for information, main ideas, and details. Now open your student books, pages 8 and 9, to do exercises A, B, and C. Let's start. Have a look at exercise A on page 8. Read the two questions and try to answer them using your own words. But first, let's discuss the two questions. Question number 1, how can you experience culture when visiting a place? Question number 2, do you think you can truly understand a place and its people by visiting the tourist attractions? Why? Why not? You have 2 minutes to think well and answer the questions. Write your answers on your notebooks. Good luck. Time is over, and I'm quite sure that you have precious ideas to share. However, I have sample answers for you. Have a look at them and compare them to your answers. Exercise B. Exercise B deals with a very important question, which frequently appears in exams. Let's first read the questions and try to figure out a way to answer it. Let me think. To answer such a question, you may ask yourself a question here. Do I need to read the whole text? The answer is no. Just read till you find the ideas you're looking for. Mostly, the answer of such a question won't go beyond paragraph 1 and 2. In paragraph 1, the writer said, "My job requires me to share authentic travel experiences with my readers." So, we know that he is a writer of authentic experiences, travel experiences. Okay? And we continue reading till we reach paragraph number 2, where he said, "These experiences," he's talking about the experiences he wrote about before, "these experiences felt authentic until my editor called to complain." So there's a change. His editor is going to teach him what? How to write, or a reason for writing. Yes, true. How to write authentic travel experiences. That's why the answer of this question is going to be A. I'll give you a chance to read again and rethink and make sure our answer is 100% correct. Go on. Exercise C. In exercise C, we have 6 multiple choice questions. To answer this question properly, good students like you all should follow or should know the following tip. Questions come in order, and so their answers. What does this mean? It means if the answer of question number 1 is in paragraph 2, for example, the answer of question 2 is most likely in paragraph 3, and so on. Here are the steps of answering a multiple choice question. Step number 1. Read the question carefully and try to understand it. Number 2. Guess where you can find the answer. Number 3. Look up the key words of the question where you expected to find in the text. Number 4. Choose the correct answer and have a good reason for your answer or for your choice. Now it's time to practice. Remember to use the steps mentioned above. Let's go on. Question number 1. What's the writer's purpose in the first paragraph? The question here leads us to look for the answer in paragraph number 1. Look at the highlighted part in paragraph number 1, which is in green. When I first started writing, So the writer here tells us about what he used to do in the past. He said, when I first started writing. Looking at the options here, we have 4 options, A, B, C, and D. Letter D expresses or shows the correct answer, which is to explain what he used to believe an authentic travel experience involved. Why? Because the highlighted part, the green part, tells us about his past writing. Okay? Understood? I hope so. Now let's move to question number 2. Why did the editor disapprove of the writer's choices? He described stereotypes rather than reality. He was making the places sound too beautiful. His style of writing, of travel writing, wasn't what it should be. He was paying too much money for his experiences. Again, looking for the answer in paragraph 2, as I told you, because answers come in order. Here is a highlighted part. Look at it. You write well, but you're not capturing the real mood of the places you visit, he said. Don't search for traditional stereotypes. Start writing about places and people, etc. So, why did he disagree or disapprove the writer's choices? Again, have a look at exercise 2. Yes, the answer is A, because the writer described the stereotypes rather than reality, real life. Okay? Now it's time to move to question number 3. What are tourist traps? Line 12. Here, the question directs us to go to line 12. We have here the lines marked in 5s. So here's line 12. Yes. We have to read the sentence and try to guess the meaning of this expression, tourist traps. Look at it. These days I avoid tourist traps where tourists pay good money to get a taste of the traditional customs that are recreated for their benefit. So these tourist traps could be what? A, B, C, or D? Yes, D. Places where cultural activities are reproduced for tourists at a cost. Let's go to question number 4. According to the writer, which of the following is not an authentic moment? Traveling on a village bus, hanging out at places with local teenagers, joining crowds at famous tourist attractions, taking a selfie with an elderly Kuwaiti who offered you a drink. Of course, we have to go back to the text and look for something related to an experience which is not authentic. I highlighted part of paragraph number 3 for you. It says, I realized that the more you look for authenticity, the less likely you are to find it. The more you pay to see, the further away you get from it. An authentic travel experience hides in simple, everyday moment. Now let's get back to the options. Which one is closest to the answer? Yes, C, joining crowds at famous tourist attractions, because most of the people do that, and the writer's message here is not to do that. That's why the answer is C. Now let's move to question number 5. Question number 5. Again, question number 5 is very clear, as it asks about a certain piece of information that could be understood from a certain paragraph. It says, in the 4th paragraph, what's the writer's main point? In paragraph 4, the writer introduces practical examples of how a writer could get authentic and real information about a culture. He says, you can only appreciate these authentic moments when you leave your comfort zone. Instead of staying at a luxurious resort, choose a student dormitory or a homestay where the facilities may leave a lot to be described. So the answer is C. But how? Here he invites us to live the real life of the locals. Okay? I hope it's clearly understood. Okay, now let's move to the last question. Question number 6. What does the writer believe is the best souvenir? Memories, sightseeing, food, the experience, staying in touch with people. Here, we need to look for the keyword souvenir. Have you found it? Yes, in the last paragraph. Okay? Look at it. Read the sentence that contains the word. It says, tomorrow, I'm seeing a local Qatari family. Hopefully, they'll teach me how to make matbous or makbous, a delicious Qatari dish. I'm looking forward to gaining some insight into this culture, which is rich in traditions. What better souvenir to bring home with me? So, the writer here talks about a real experience to do, not to hear about or just watch, which is making makbous. So, the answer is C, which is the experiences with cultural encounters offer. I hope this was helpful to you. Now it's time for homework. Please open your workbooks page 6 and do exercise A. In the next video, we're gonna check your answers. Thank you for your attention. See you.